Good afternoon to all. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all to this 3 days national level webinar on the topic the role of programming languages in artificial intelligence and data science. As we begin with this auspicious session, let us first seek the blessings of the Almighty with a prayer song. On behalf of GSS Jain College for Women, I am honored to extend a warm welcome to each of you. First and foremost, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our Honorable Correspondent and Secretary, Dr. Gautam P. Vaid sir, whose unwavering support has been crucial in making this event possible. Welcome, sir. I would like to warmly welcome our esteemed Principal Ma'am, Dr. M.K. Malati. Your visionary leadership continues to inspire and guide us, and we are grateful for your presence today. It is with great pleasure that I extend a heartfelt welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. M. Sendil Kumaran sir, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at SCSBMB University, Kanjipuram. Sir has earned his M.Tech in Distributed Computing Systems from Puducherry Technological University and PhD in Computer Science and Engineering with a focus on wireless networks from Anna University, Chennai in 2019. He has been serving as an assistant professor at SCSBMB University, Kanjipuram since 2018. With around 24 years of teaching experience, he is a member of various professional bodies, including the Computer Society of India, International Association of Computer Science and Information Technology, International Association of Engineers, and Indian Society for Technical Education. His research interests include energy efficiency in wireless networks, real-time systems, data analytics, and multidisciplinary studies. Sir is guiding 4 PhD scholars and has overseen the completion of PhD work by 9 research scholars. Known for his passion for teaching, he has published 34 articles in reputed journals and has received funding from the Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, Computer Society of India, and AICTE for various projects and faculty development programs. Additionally, the heads of in-house software development team serves as the chairman of the board of studies and is an NPTEL online study center Spark, and he has organized and participated in numerous faculty development programs, seminars, and conferences. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to all the professors, scholars, and students who have joined us from various institutions. Your participation in this event enriches our discussions, and we are delighted to have you all here. Once again, I welcome you all. Let us make this webinar a memorable and protective experience. As we delve into the discussions over these 3 days, I'm confident that the insights and knowledge shared will greatly enhance our understanding of programming languages in the realms of artificial intelligence and data science. Now it's time to hand over the session to our honorable chief guest, Dr. Sendil Kumaran sir, who will be speaking on the topic artificial intelligence using PROLOG programming. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So, very good afternoon to one and all. So, I'm audible, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Very good afternoon to one and all.
PPT, can you share, you, sir?
Yes, ma'am, sure. And So before sharing the PPT, so let me
Okay.
say a few words and then let me start the PPT. Yeah. I'm extremely happy to take part in this 3 days national level webinar on role of programming languages in artificial intelligence and data science. I wish to express my sincere thanks to the management of GSS Jain College and the organizers, distinguished Dr. Gautam P. White, Honorable Secretary and Correspondent, respected Principal Dr. M.K. Malati Ma'am, respected Head of the Department Dr. Mahalakshmi Ma'am, Department of CS with AI, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, for providing this wonderful opportunity to me. So for the past 2 days, I observed that you have gained knowledge on data analysis and visualization using R programming and MATLAB in artificial intelligence. So in this session, I'm going to talk about the topic artificial intelligence using PROLOG programming. And whether my screen is visible, the
Yes, sir.
presentation
Yes, sir.
PPT. Yeah,
It's visible,
thank you.
sir.
So the topic is here I have chosen is artificial intelligence using PROLOG programming. So overview of this presentation. So the first one is artificial introduction to artificial intelligence, and then introduction to PROLOG programming. Since this PROLOG programming comes under the category of logic programming, so we need to have some comparison between this logic programming and functional programming also, and the different basic concepts with respect to PROLOG, and then installation procedure, how we can install this PROLOG in our system, and then some basic programming that we are going to have, that we are going to see, and the other topic like knowledge base facts, and even some other topics are related to that PROLOG programming, which we are going to discuss in this session. So let's start with the term artificial intelligence. I think all of you heard about the term, and also you're familiar with the concept of artificial intelligence. So it's a broad concept that allows machines to perform tasks like humans, while machine learning is a specific application of AI that enables the machines to learn and improve from data. So as we know that we have executed many programming like C, C++, and various other programs. Okay, whereas while you are going to execute those are the programs, it will not behave like humans. So whatever we feed with respect to the syntax or whatever we are using in the state in the programming, so that will execute it. Okay. So whereas in case of artificial intelligence, the system or machine has to think like humans, and then how the humans are reacting for a particular task or a particular application. So similarly, the system also has to do it. So that's why we call it as it's an artificial intelligence. So we are going to apply some intelligence in the system so that it can perform various tasks similar to the humans. So in order to do in case of artificial intelligence, we are in need of some learning algorithms. The first one is a machine learning algorithm, and also you heard about the other algorithms like deep learning. Various types of algorithms are available. So here, so let's talk about this machine learning also. So in this machine learning, it's a specific application of artificial intelligence that enables machines to learn and improve from data. So normally this computer or computer, it comes from the background of mathematics only. Earlier we call it as a computing technique, and then we have various computing techniques also. So initially they started this computers, like when it was developed, they are focused mainly on calculation part, only for arithmetic and numerical calculation we have used it. After that, slowly they have migrated into some programming languages, and by using that input and output statements, we can get some value data, and then we can perform as well as we can fetch, or even we can generate some data. So these are the things are available when we are focusing with respect to the different generations. So whereas in case of machine learning applications, we do apply majorly mathematical concepts, like starting from linear algebra, because in case of data science or even for data analytics, we need to process the data, or we need to analyze the data. So in order to analyze the data, first we get data as an input. After that, we need to process it, like either by forming a clustering or by forming some groups or separating one with other. So for all these things, we are in need of mathematic concepts, especially linear algebra plays a major role. I think you heard about it in case of we are having partitioning that x and y axis by using some line. Okay, so it separates one set of data with other set of data. So that's a machine learning. So by using that machine learning, we can classify the data and then we can perform some activities. So as we have discussed that AI, so it's the ability of computers to sense. So first it has to sense, and then it need to analyze it. For that reason is needed, and then it has to act and adapt, like with respect to the environment, how human beings are adapting. So similarly, the system or machine has to adapt it. So I think you have come across with the various AI devices, like smart assistants, even robotic vacuum cleaners, self-driving cars. Okay. So in case of smart assistants, in that case, what we do it based on our requirement, automatically the system will do some assistance for the human being, or with respect to the condition. For example, if it is example for that is Google Assistant is an example, or even while we are using that mobile, no, like mail systems, Gmail systems, there we are using spam classification. We are using a classification algorithm for separating that spam mail. So these are all the things are some examples, and even ChatGPT. So in case of ChatGPT, what we do that based on our requirement, if you feed that information in the chat box, we'll get some information from the chatbot, from the ChatGPT. Okay, so this ML, it's a subset of AI that uses algorithms, as already I told you, like different types of algorithms. Here we are using it. Linear algebra, it's a mathematical concepts. After that, regression, and then decision tree. So different classification algorithms. So various things which we are using. In addition to that, we are going to use some statistical model to represent data, and also to help computers learn from data without explicit instructions. So this machine learning algorithms can recognize patterns, make predictions, and improve over time. So this general observation with respect to that artificial intelligence, as already I told you, we may represent these three in a Venn diagram. The first one is the artificial intelligence. It's outer circle, a program that can sense, reason, act, and adapt. The second one, machine learning, it's a subdivision of that artificial intelligence. So algorithms whose performance improve as they are exposed to more data over time. And even the third subset is deep learning. So in depth, we used to analyze it by applying multi-layered neural networks for data. So now we'll come to the topic that's a PROLOG programming for artificial intelligence and how we are going to use this PROLOG programming in this artificial intelligence. As the name itself suggests, PROLOG, it's a short form of logical programming. It's a short form of logical programming. So it's a logical and declarative programming language. So I think we have come across with various programming languages like C, C++, Java, various programming languages. So they're we are using functional based languages which we are using it, either functional based or modular based, different types of approaches which we are using in case of those are the programming languages. So in this, the program statements express the facts and rules about different problems within a system of formal logic. Okay, because in this case, we are going to analyze the problem. Okay, so here the system needs to give the solution for a particular problem, and that it should use some logical concepts. Okay, so in order to apply that logical concepts, it needs the program statements has to express the facts, what are the facts which we are need, and what type of rules which we need to use it in this particular programming. So, and this a PROLOG, the rules are written in the form of logical classes. So here we are using two different type, like a head and body are present. So for example, H is a head, and B1, B2, and B3 are the elements of the body. So here, the first one is called as this H is a head, and B1, B2, B3 are the elements of a body. So it states that H is true. When this H is true means the elements B1, B2, and B3 all are true. If these three elements are true, then this H is true. So that's called as a rule which we need to use in case of a PROLOG. So we'll see some practical demonstration by using this facts and rules later in the later part. So on the other hand, facts. So the facts are like the rules. So it is also similar to the rules, but without any body. So in the previous case, we have seen the body, it's like elements. B1, B2, B2, and B3 are the elements. These are the body elements of the body. So which we are using it in case of rules. Whereas in case of a fact, we are not at all using any body. So an example for a fact is H is true. Okay. So it's like unconditionally true statements which we use it, which we specify for facts. So this is the basic with respect to the PROLOG. And we have other logic programming languages like Datalog or ASP. So stands for answer set programming. So these are all purely known as declarative languages. So declarative language, which is nothing but it allows statements about what the program should accomplish. Okay, so it may have a number of statements and it allows the program so about what the program should accomplish. So that's why it's called as a declarative. Whereas this PROLOG, it comes under the concept of like imperative properties. So it supports both the declarative as well as imperative properties. So in case of a PROLOG, so we have iterative methods. I think you heard about the iteration in case of a C, various programming languages. So step-by-step procedure which we use it. Even in case of a for loop or a while loop, any looping conditions, we use the iteration concepts. Okay, for each and every iteration, it needs to perform some task. So similarly, but this PROLOG, it supports both declarative and also imperative properties. So this may include procedural statements like to solve the problem H, first you need to perform B1, B2 and B3. Okay. So the data log and or ASP, so these are all the declarative, but this PROLOG which will support with iterative concepts also, like step-by-step instruction. So these are all some logic programming languages which are given below. The first one is ALF, algebraic logic functional programming language. The second one is answer set programming, Datalog, Fuss Eclipse, Janus, Parlog, Prolog, Prolog++, and then Root. So these are the different logic programming languages which are available. So before going to see that installation part and other things, let us have some discussion with respect to the logic programming and the traditional functional programming. So in case of a traditional functional programming, we have like C programming. So in case of a C programming, what we do, normally the program starts with main function, and within that main function, we have some procedures. Okay, or within that main function, we may have a number of functions also. So when we invoke any function, in the case what it does, it will perform the activities which are available within the function block. So once it executes, then the control will be transferred to this procedure. For example, this procedure one, if it invokes, in the case of what it does, it calls a procedure one function. It may be available in some other location. So it refers that location and then it will perform or it will execute the instructions which are available within that procedure block, procedure one block. Once it is completed, then the entire function that will be transferred to this procedure one. So that we have seen many programmings with respect to C. Whereas in case of a logical programming, as already we have discussed, in case of artificial intelligence, the system has to behave like a human being. Okay, for example, if I ask you to solve a problem like adding two numbers, whereas I am giving the statement C is equal to A minus B. Is it clear? So I am asking you to do the operation addition, whereas in the syntax I have given C is equal to A minus B. Okay, so if we give this test case to the human being, so he may raise the question whether I need to do addition or I need to do subtraction, because in the programming statements we have used C is equal to A minus B, whereas I gave the instruction it's a C addition of two numbers. If we apply the same thing in case of C programming, like functional programming, in the case what we do, so we have a command line. In the command line we type addition of two numbers, whereas within the body of the program, we write the statement C is equal to A minus B. When we are going to compile and when we are going to execute the program, so what it does in case of a C program, so it will perform subtraction. Since in the program, in the body of the program, we have given the instruction it's a C is equal to A minus B. Whereas in the command line, I mentioned the addition of two numbers. When you are going to compile or when you are going to execute the program, it will not execute the command line. Only it will execute the body of the program. Okay, so that's why when you are going to execute the program, we will get the subtraction value. Subtraction, it will perform the subtraction. So that's a major drawback of functional programming. So it will not think like human being. So in case of a logical programming, so what we do, we have a machine. We have a machine, and then we need to train the machine. So that's why we have a part called it as a knowledge base. Okay, so this is a database where we are going to share all the informations, or we are going to feed all the informations within this knowledge base.
Excuse me,
Okay,
sir.
yes,
Slide is
ma'am.
not moving. Slide is not moving. It's one slide only you are explaining.
Yes, ma'am. The same slide, the diagram only I'm
Okay.
explaining.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the knowledge base, so it the machine refers a knowledge base, and then it will get the answer with respect to the question which the machine collected from this place. And based on that, it will provide answer to the end user. So that's why it's called as a logical programming. Since we have trained the system, or we are giving all the informations to the machine. So whenever it needs, it refers the knowledge base, and then it will perform the activity. It will perform the activities. So already we have discussed it's a logical and declarative programming language is one major example of the fourth generation language that supports the declarative programming paradigm. So, and also it is particularly suitable for programs that involve symbolic or non-numeric computation, because in case of artificial intelligence, mainly we are going to deal with the symbolic as well as non-numeric computation. Okay, so that's why this logical programming are suitable for artificial intelligence applications. So this is the main reason to use PROLOG as a programming language in artificial intelligence, where symbol manipulation and inference manipulation are the fundamental tasks. So this PROLOG language basically has three different elements. One is the facts, and the second is the rules, and the third one is the questions. So already we have seen the diagram knowledge base. The case knowledge base, we need to provide all these informations in the knowledge base, like facts and rules. After that, we need to apply the questions to the machines. Already we have discussed the fact is a predicate that is true. For example, if we say Tom is the son of Jack, then this is a fact. And the rules are extinctions of facts that contain conditional clauses. To classify a rule, these conditions should be made. For example, if we define a rule as grandfather of x comma y. So grandfather of x comma y means, so we can divide it into father of x comma z, because y is a child, his grandfather is x. So in between we have one more hierarchical relationship, that's a father. So father of x comma z. So here that this z is a child of this father x, whereas this y is a child of this parent z. Okay, so by merging these two, we are getting grandfather of x comma y. So this implies that x for x to be the grandfather of y, and z should be a parent of y, and x should be father of z. So also we have discussed, like we need to apply, in order to run a PROLOG programming, we need to raise a lot of questions, and we have to provide some questions, and those questions can be answered by the given facts and rules, because already the machine has a database, knowledge database. Okay, and also it has some facts and rules. So to run the PROLOG programming, we need to supply some questions. So based on that questions, the system will provide the answers. So these are the some applications of PROLOG, which is used in various domains like intelligent database retrieval, natural language understanding, specification and language, machine learning, robot planning, automation system, problem solving. So let's come to the part of this installation of this PROLOG. So we have direct download link. So this download link. So simultaneously, I'll share you that source of this PROLOG. Okay. So if you type a PROLOG download, so it will show you this web page. It's gprolog.org. So here we are going to deal with this GNU Prolog compiler. Okay, so it supports various operating systems like Windows, Mac OS, and then even Linux based also. So we have an option provision called download. So here we have that main source distribution. So if you want to see the older versions also, it displays or it lists various older versions. So in this case, I'm going to use the compiler, it's a 1.4.5, since I'm using that 64-bit processor in my system. So we are going to download this setup gprolog 1.4.5. So with respect to our operating system environment, we may use any one of the versions of this PROLOG. So this is a site where we can download this PROLOG programming language. So this is an installation guide. So already I have installed in my system. So once you download that exe file, after that, if you are going to run it, you will find this window. So it will show like, welcome to the GNU Prolog setup wizard. And this will install GNU Prolog version 1.4.5 on your computer. And then like traditional procedure, what we do for installation. So here also we need to do it, like applying that next button. So it will come over here. So this is the next screen. So here we need to specify the directory, particular directory where you want to install the software. Otherwise, let it be installed on the default directory. So normally default directory, which we call it as like our C drive. Then click on next. So it will go to the next screen. It's like a setup a GNU Prolog. And so we need to browse it for that particular location and give full credentials, all credentials like check and check approve. So here I have given all credentials like check boxes. And then the next step, automatically it will go to the screen and there we have to install it. So then we need to wait for the installation process to finish. So once it is finished, okay, so for start GNU Prolog, so it may be available in the desktop also. So by referring this one, we can find out the GNU Prolog is installed successfully. So as I told you, like already I have installed this GNU Prolog. So this is the icon of GNU Prolog. If you double click it, it will show you the screen. So I think the font is not visible. Is it visible or can I?
Yes, visible, sir.
Is it visible right now? Yeah, plus, as already I told you, I have downloaded the edition version 1.4.5, and my system is a 64-bit processor, 64-bit. So this is a GNU Prolog console. So after the installation, and if you double click on this GNU Prolog, so we'll get this console. Like traditionally, whatever we use, like programming language, right? Hello world. So after running this GNU Prolog, so we are going to write a program called Hello World program. So directly from the console, the command prompt in the console part, we are going to execute this command. Like others programming language, here also we have to type like write Hello World. So let's go to this console part and then write. So within single quote, so we need to close the single quote. So each and every Prolog statement, it should be terminated with a dot for execution purpose. So if you are going to execute this one, we'll get the resultant like hello world. So any doubt up to this, or shall I continue? Shall I proceed? For installation, with respect to the installation, and then executing this write command in the console part. So if it is fine in the case, let me go to the next part. So after each line, you have to use one period, that's a dot symbol, to show that the line has ended. As already told you in the console part, we have used after write this within single hello world, it is terminated with a period, one period. So it says that that line has ended. The corresponding output, it's like this one. Hello world, it displays it. So it's like executing the statements within a console part. And similarly, like other programming languages. So here we can write a Prolog script also. So that's the next one. So how we can create a Prolog script file, and then how to run the Prolog script file also. That we'll see. Okay. So this Prolog script file, it has an extension. It's a start.pl. So we need to type that one in the Prolog console. So before running that start.prolog file, we must store the file into the directory where the GNU Prolog console is pointing. Otherwise, just change the directory by the following steps. From the Prolog console, go to File, change directory, then click that menu, select the proper folder and press OK. So by this way, we can do it. So I'll show you one example. So this is our Prolog console. Okay. So in order to go to that particular directory, you go to this change directory. It displays various folders. So here I have chosen C drive, and within that C drive, we have GNE Prolog, and then So I have prepared various programs because due to time span, so already I have typed all these PROLOG files in the notepad and which is stored in that PROLOG file, and I saved all those things in this BAM file. For example, I'll show you the content. So within this bin file, I have various .pl file, kb1, kb2, kb3, and then yes, dot various files I have stored. So due to that reason, so I'm going to choose the directory bin since I have stored all the files in that bin folder. So, and if you click this yes, it will automatically go to that particular directory, c:/gnu hyphen prolog slash bin. So let's see one example. So by this way, we do it. So as whatever the system has, no, the similar kind which we have seen in the GNA Prolog console of my screen. So there I have used C:/, C drive. So within that C drive, Prolog and bin. So there I have used that bin file. But here it's a D:/, TP Prolog sample codes. So now we are going to create a Prolog file. So I'm going to write the same script like hello world. Like this is the code what where we need to use it. Main. Okay, and we are using this operator. It's called as AND operator. Right. This is a sample Prolog program, and then comma. Right. This program is written into hello underscore world.pl file. So when we are going to run this code, we'll get the output like this is a sample Prolog program. In continuation with this program is written into hello underscore world PL file. So let's see that example. How so this is the output. We'll execute that program. So this is the first one, hello world. So whatever we have seen in the presentation, no? The same content, I have typed it over here. Main hand operator, right? This is a sample, this sample program, Prolog program. So right, this program is written into hello world.pl file. So now we need to execute the program. For execution, so what we need to do it, so this is our PL file. So we need to execute it. First, the name of the program is hello underscore world. So within the square bracket, type hello underscore world, close it, and then it should be terminated by period. Press enter. So if you are going to do this command in this console window, it is compiled and then so there is no error. It shows that it's yes. After that, we need to get the output. So how can we get it? The output means this main. So now you type main dot. Okay. So after executing this one, we'll get the output. This is a sample PROLOG program. This program is written into hello world.pl file. So this is the first PROLOG script which we are going to and the next one. So already we have executed this one, no? So this is the output I have captured for you for reference. And we have discussed in case of logic programming, the center part we have machine, the left hand side we have seen knowledge base, and in the right hand side top corner we have seen question, and then we had answers. Already also we have discussed that the fundamental part of this logic programming is a knowledge base, because if we have any enough information, then only it is possible to do any activities. So without having any information, we can't do. For example, for a child, the parent as well as the entire community train the child, and the child collect informations or collect data, and that will be stored in their brain. So whenever it is needed, or even it's a human being, whenever it needs, they'll reproduce it. So similarly here we are using that knowledge base. Okay, and already we have discussed facts, rules, and queries also, because in order to train the machine, we need facts as well as how we are going to deal with the data. For that we are need of lot of rules and rules also. So once you fetch facts and rules, after that you should ask a lot of questions, queries. Already we have discussed. So based on queries, it needs to answer it, the machines. So we can define fact as an explicit relationship between objects and the properties these objects might have. So actually facts are unconditionally true in nature. Suppose we have some facts as given below. Tom is a cat. Kunal loves to eat pasta. Hair is black. Navas loves to play games. Pratyusha is lazy. So these are the different facts, and these are all unconditionally true. Okay, so here we call it as a cat and Tom. These two are all here. Tom is an cat is an object, and the property, the relationship as Tom. So these are some facts that are unconditionally true. And in order to write the fact, we need to follow various guidelines. The first one is the name of properties or relationships, and the name of properties and relationships are begin with lowercase letters. So that's the first thing which we need to use it. And the second thing is the relationship name appears as the first term, and then objects appear as comma separated arguments within the parenthesis. A period, that is a dot, must end a fact. Objects also begin with the lowercase letters. They also can begin with digits like 1, 2, 3, 4, and they can be string of characters enclosed in quotes. Example, color, pen ink, red. So this is a syntax for facts is as follows: relation of, as already I told you, we need to start the relationship name appears as the first term. So relation object 1 comma object 2. So this is an example. Following is an example of the above concepts. Cat of Tom. The first one is a relation, whereas this is the object. Tom is an object. And then the next point, actually we have seen these are the facts. Tom is a cat. Kunal loves to eat pasta. Hair is black. Navas loves to play games. Pratyusha is lazy. So we are going to convert those are the statements into the facts and logical programming. So cat of Tom loves underscore to eat to underscore eat. Kunal, comma pasta. Of underscore color, hair, comma black. Loves underscore to play games. Navas, lazy Pratyusha. So this is a syntax which we need to use in case of PROLOG programming. And rules. How we can define the rules? So rule has an implicit relationship between objects. So already we know that facts are conditionally true. So when one is associated condition is true, then the predication is also true. So Lily is happy if she dances. Suppose we have some rules. Lily is happy if she dances. In the case on the right hand side, if she does, then she is happy. If the right hand side is true, then the left hand side is true. Lily is happy if she dances. Tom is hungry if he is searching for food. Jack and Billy are friends if both of them love to play cricket. Will go to play if school is closed and he is free. So there's a rule. So already I have mentioned this symbol is called as next symbol, and otherwise we pronounce it as if or is implied by. So on the left hand side, whatever we have, it's called as a head, whereas on the right hand side we call it as a body. So already we have seen H is true if the body of the elements B1, B2, B3 are true. So here we can use a comma, which is known as conjunction, and we can also use semicolon, that is known as disjunction. Like in case of C programming, we declare, if you are going to declare any variable, int a comma b comma c semicolon. Okay, so that the C semicolon, after the C we have a semicolon, it's a disjunction. Whereas we use conjunction in case of separating one variable with other variable. So similarly here we are using it when we are going to use any elements within a body, then we use either conjunction or we use disjunction like comma or semicolon. So rule, so the syntax of a rule is rule underscore name object 1 object 2, and then we have neck operator factor rule object 1 comma 2. So suppose a class is like a P neck operator Q semicolon R, then we can write this as P neck operator Q dot, this is one statement, and then P neck operator R dot. So similarly, if we have other class like P neck operator Q comma R semicolon and then S comma T comma U period, it is understood as P neck operator Q comma R semicolon S comma T comma U within the parenthesis. Or we can write it like this. P neck operator Q comma R dot and then P neck operator S T U. So this is an example of that rules, how we can frame it. This is the relation rule name and then object 1 comma object 2. So this is a rule happy Lily dances Lily. So if Lily dances, if she dances, then she is happy. So similarly, if Tom search for food when he is hungry. Okay. So both Jack and Billy loves cricket. That's why they are friends, Jack and Billy. So similarly, is closed school and Rian is free, then he can go to play. So by this way, we can write the rules. So already we have discussed that fact, how we can write it, and then how we can write rules also. The next one is the queries are some questions on the relationship between objects and object properties. So is Tom a cat? So in the case what we do say normally, so based on this question, already we know that Tom is a cat. So we say yes. So similarly, does Kunal love to eat pasta? Yes. Is Lily happy? Yes. Will Rian go to play? Yes. So according to these queries, logic programming language can find the answer and return them. So this logic programming language, what it does, it refers a knowledge base, it refers a machine, and that machine refers a knowledge base. So from the knowledge base, it extracts the information and it will feed that information to the user. So this is with respect to knowledge base. And so due to the time constraint, I'll show you some example how we can use it. As already I told you, so is Priya a girl? It will reply yes. Is Jamini a girl? Then it will answer no. Since we haven't trained Jamini at this location, only we have trained girl Priya, girl Tiyasha, girl Jaya, and then can underscore cook Priya. So can Priya cook? It will say yes. But if he asks the same question for Jaya, it will say no. So we'll see I have executed, I have typed the program. This is KB1, girl Priya, and then girl Tyasha, girl Jaya, and then can underscore cook Priya. So now we are going to execute the program. So how can we execute the program? So by using the name of the PL script. So PL file script, PL file. So here I named it as KB1. So I have to use KB1 dot. Okay. So we have compiled the program and the questions are like girl of Priya dot. So this is the one question which I am going to use it. So what it says? It says yes. Okay. So similarly, if suppose we are going to ask another question, a girl of Germany, it says no because in the script, PL script, we have trained Priya as a girl, Tiyasha as a girl, and Jaya as a girl, where we haven't used or we haven't trained Jamini as a girl. So that's why it shows the output, it's called as girl Jamini, it's a no. So similarly, if I'm going to feed the next question, can underscore cook of Priya. So already we have trained that Priya can cook Priya. Okay. So that's why it says yes. And then similarly, if I'm going to feed this command, what will be the answer? Can anyone guess? Based on the script.
It's no only.
No one. Yeah. Thank you. So if you type, so in that case it shows no. So by this way we have to train the system. like using facts and then using a rule, and all these information has to be fetched in the database. Okay. After that, if you are going to execute the program, we'll get such type of answers. Like a human being, it also thinks and then it will say, it will answer. So this, sorry, this one example, this is another example, and we'll see another one example. So this is a knowledge base, another knowledge base. So we have another program, sing underscore song Ananya, and then listens to music Rohit. So we have framed facts and we have framed rules. Okay, so after and then we fetch all these informations in the compiler. Okay, so by using these things, it has some information. Now we are going to execute it. So for compilation, we need to type kb2 square bracket dot sorry period. So the program has been compiled. We had 6 lines. So 6 lines read and 1050 bytes written. And it took 4 milliseconds. Now we are going to ask the question, the queries. Happy of Rohit. So it should say yes. And similarly, if you are going to ask the next question, sing a song of Rohit. So it has to say no. So similarly, I have prepared one more knowledge base. It's can underscore cook Priya. So that we'll see. So this is a third program. So we have 3 facts. Priya can cook, and then similarly Jaya also can cook, and then Tiyasha also can cook, and then likes Priya comma Jaya can underscore cook Jaya, and then we have trained the system. Now we are going to execute this program, this script, like a KB3. So the system has compiled. Now we are going to check the resultant. Can underscore cook of capital X. So why here we are using capital X means, in this case we have 3 conditions. Can underscore cook, Priya also can do it, Jaya and Tiyasha. So due to that reason we are using here X. So what it does, it only displays Priya. And after that, if you are going to type A, is what it does, it displays others also, like X is equal to Jaya and X is equal to Tiyasha. Otherwise, what it does, it displays with respect to the first match of that condition or rule. And then similarly, like so it says only in 0. And similarly, like other programming languages, here also we are using different operators like greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, or x and y values are equal means we need to use this symbol for equals. And then for not equal, we need to use these symbols. So these are some examples of that. So we'll see in the console operation itself. For equal, we need to use 1 plus 2 is equal to colon is equal to 2 plus 1. Sorry. We need to type period. We will get yes. So similarly, if suppose I'm going to use instead of equal, going to use not operator, not equal. Sorry, it's backslash. It says no. So this with respect to some operators, and also I have written some arithmetic using arithmetic operators. I have written a program. So in this case, that program named op underscore arith.pl. So op underscore arith.pl. Sorry. So you should not use that script. So it has been compiled. So we had 6 lines, and then so what we need to do it CALC. So CALC dot. It will execute based on the instruction whatever we have given. And similarly, this is one example with respect to loop. So here the program is loop.pl. So I'm going to execute the program loop period compiled, and then the question is like count underscore. So here I'm going to use some 3. So here we are going to count it up to 10, starts from 3. So here whatever the number we give, so based on that it will print it. So this is an example. So in order to leave one line space, we need to use this M1. Like other programming languages, this Prolog also supports like a list, tree structure, recursion, and then various operations like parent-child relationship with respect to the tree structure and other things also it supports. So with this, shall I stop? And then any queries with respect to the topics?
No, sir, they didn't post any queries.
Okay, ma'am. So shall we wind up, ma'am? Yes.
Okay, sir. Can I
Any
say vote
questions?
of? No, sir.
Yeah, ma'am, please, ma'am, please, ma'am.
Vote of thanks. It's with great pleasure that I offer the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion of our webinar on artificial intelligence using PROLOG programming. First and foremost, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Sendil Kumaran sir. Your dedication to sharing your extensive knowledge and expertise with us has been truly invaluable. The insights you provided into the workings of PROLOG programming in AI have been both enlightening and inspiring. Your ability to break down the complex concepts into understandable segments has greatly enhanced our understanding and appreciation of the subject. We are profoundly grateful for the time and effort you invested in preparing and delivering such an impactful presentation. Our sincere thanks also go to the Department of Computer Science with AI and Data Science for organizing this exceptional webinar. Your hard work and commitment in putting together this event has provided us with a fantastic platform for learning and exchanging ideas. I would also like to acknowledge the significant contributions of our Secretary, Sir Dr. Gautam P. White, and our Principal, Ma'am Dr. M.K. Malati. Your unwavering support and encouragement were crucial in bringing this event to fruition. Additionally, the dedication of the entire organizing committee deserves special mention. Your meticulous planning and coordination has been instrumental in encouraging the success of this webinar. To our enthusiastic participants, your active engagement and thought provoking questions have greatly enriched the discussions. Your contributions have added depth and vibrancy to the event, making it is a truly interactive and engaging experience. We are grateful for your involvement and hope that you found the session as valuable and inspiring as we did. Thank you once again for your presence and participation. Let us continue to stay connected, share knowledge, and foster growth together. It is now time for National Anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Wishing you all the wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much, sir. Can you wind up?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.